Hunters Ram of the West is the largest Ram truck center in America, built from the ground up to offer the best truck buying and service experience anywhere. Let one of our certified truck experts help you choose from hundreds of trucks in inventory, including upfit vans. H.W. Hunters Ram of the West is the largest Ram truck center in America, built from the ground up to offer the best truck buying and service experience anywhere. Let one of our certified truck experts help you choose from hundreds of trucks in inventory, including upfit vans and work trucks. And we have an inventory as big as a wide open West. Shop H.W. Hunters Ram of the West on 10th Street West in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Test drive a new Ram truck today during the Ram Power Days going on now.
SCFA football live on SoCalCollegeSports.com. We are live from Lancaster on the campus of Antelope Valley College. The Marauders hosting the Seahawks from L.A. Harbor. Mike Cepeda alongside Jeff Stoynoff here on the broadcast. Santa Ana and Antelope Valley in week 2 a couple of weeks ago. An absolute barn burner, went to overtime 55-52. Unfortunately, the Marauders on the losing end of that one, but records broken throughout that evening. Brian Adams set a new record, throwing for a total of 561 yards on the day and 4 touchdowns. And his favorite receiver on the season, Arius Collins, 10 receptions, 245 yards. The Marauders will receive first, and we are underway. Kick through the end zone, and the Marauders will take over at the 25-yard line. And the big question is, how do you get starter Brian Adams in rhythm early? We've seen him a couple of sample sizes here. We saw him in the Glendale game, came out a little sluggish. And it looks like it's not going to be Adams to get the start here tonight. Going to be Tyler Selvig, and Selvig was a big factor last time out for the Marauders versus Santa Ana. A lot of the two-point conversions, the one that tied it up to send the game into overtime, came courtesy of a two-point conversion converted by Tyler Selvig. A little bit more of an athlete at quarterback, takes a big hit on the opening play of the game for a minimal gain. Give him 2. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Marauders. Getting back to the point on Selvig. Selvig, a jack-of-all-trades quarterback, dual threat, can run it, can throw it, got a good arm. Adams does not get the start tonight, and we didn't have an official word in terms of Adams' availability. See him on the sideline. So assuming he's going to be ready to go. And Coach Jaleka, Coach Perry Jaleka, head coach for AVC, he's going to mix it up just a little bit. We see it here early on. Selvig getting a couple carries early, and it's a game against LA Harbor. Harbor, a team that's maybe a little down this year, 0-2 on the young season. 0-3, excuse me. And they come in. You might see some non-starters in this one getting some reps. Selvig with a hard count. Gets a defense to jump, but does not snap the ball. Selvig now, quick pass over near side. This one complete. This is Artrell Marks. Marks with a big day last week, 10 receptions on the evening, and he'll have a first down on 3rd and 5. So the Marauders avoid a 3-and-out on their opening possession. Selvig, with the Marauders at the 43-yard line, going to keep it himself. He's going to take another thud. He'll fall forward from 1, maybe 2. And the spot will be Selvig at the 45-yard line. Happy you've joined us, everyone. Spread the word, www.socalcollegesports.com. Also on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Selvig in the short shotgun. Receive a new play. And the handoff goes to Xavier Clay. Clay keeping his feet churning. Will score it ahead for 4. So 3rd and a manageable 4 coming up for the Marauders. We have a player down on the field for LA Harbor. Player Joshua Palou. Timeout on the field. We'll take one ourselves. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. Current time has to be here. 12:37 and counting here. 10-second runoff with the injured player. Clay hits the hole, lets it develop, keeps it alive. He'll spin forward past midfield, but he's short of the first down, and you wonder if this is 4-down territory. This is a unit with Selvig at the helm that's very good in short yardage situation. And Selvig also the punter, so like I said, dual threat, make it a triple threat for Tyler Selvig, the team's punter. Dante Franklin, wide receiver, freshman from McAdory High School, back to receive this kick. Should it be one? Selvig will kick it away. Franklin has it at the 20-yard line, makes a couple moves, and he'll be taken down. They'll give him forward progress to the 24-yard line. Got to be careful there. And LA Harbor going to take control at their own 24-yard line. Anthony Maxwell gets to start at running back. At quarterback, Jacob Millhouse. Get the numbers on Millhouse in just a moment. Millhouse on the season, 21 of 39, 244 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. But you expect that number to change. Secondary for the Marauders, very good. Handoff will go to Maxwell. Maxwell not doing much there. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. So original line of scrimmage was at the 25. Back them up to the 24. 2nd and 11 for LA Harbor. .11:30 and counting. We'll get that situated on the board. Millhouse back to pass, has a man in the flat. That one nearly picked off. Jumping that route, Daedric Moore. Intended for Malik Alexander, wide receiver, tight end. Lamont Hurt Jr. at the top of the screen. 2 wide. It's Franklin in the slot. Power I formation. 3rd and long. Reverse. And they catch the Marauders sleeping. This can be a big play to Franklin. Franklin past midfield, the 40. Still on his feet. Past the 30-yard line. Brought down at the 27. That's a terrific play call there from LA Harbor. Get the defense moving one way, offense moving the other. Franklin up the field. LA Harbor in business. At the Marauder 28. Millhouse going to keep it himself. He's going to get wrapped up. That's a terrific job in the backfield by Jacob Flores. 5'10" linebacker, sophomore from Rosamond, Lancaster. Loss on the play. Well, just when it looked like it was going to be a 3 and out, looked like the defense fell asleep for the Marauders. And a big chunk play for LA Harbor on their opening possession. 2nd and 11. Millhouse in the shotgun. 2 to his right. He's looking that way. Nothing there. He's going to be gobbled up. The sack will be credited to Demarie Crooms, 6-foot freshman from Antelope Valley. Under 10 to go in the opening quarter. No score from Lancaster. Antelope Valley hosting LA Harbor. Both teams very methodical in their approach early on. Trying to maintain possession. Millhouse rolling out to his right, has man over the middle of the field. That pass is complete. That's into double coverage. Hurt Jr. on the reception. That's going to be good for another first down. Just a great job by Millhouse here, taking his time, taking what the defense is going to give him. He got some pretty good zip on that football. Ball complete over the middle of the field. Into double coverage. Hurt Jr. It's a nice post pattern. Chips to the right. Millhouse one-on-one near side. Back shoulder throw. Incomplete. Intended for Zante King. And Zante King nearly has that one. But nice coverage floors again, look like. Looks like that was Alfred Moore in coverage, excuse me. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Millhouse in the shotgun again, going to keep it himself. He's going to be gobbled up quickly. No, he evades 2 defenders, still on his feet. Finally going to be wrapped up, this time by Augustine Lorfils. Freshman from North Miami, Florida. And everybody, if you're abroad and you're in the chat, feel free to chime in. We'd like to get back to you during the broadcast. Bring that up for you. Coming up on the 8-minute mark in the opening quarter. SCFA football live on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Millhouse, shotgun formation again, 2 up, 1 down. King at the bottom of your screen. We have early movement or a timeout. See what the call is going to be. AVC not liking the setup. They're going to talk it over. Back after a word from these sponsors.
H.W. Hunter's Ram of the West is the largest Ram truck center in America, with an inventory as big as a wide open West, including upfit vans and work trucks, on 10th Street West in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Test drive a new Ram truck today during the Ram Power Days, going on now.
Timeout with 8:07 remaining in the opening quarter. We have some scores from around the SCFA later this broadcast. Millhouse in the shotgun, looking to his right, has a man. That one nearly picked off. Oh, that's one that the Marauders want back. John Robinson had his mitts all over it. We'll have a pretty good look at it here. Millhouse just staring down the receiver, and Robinson makes one heck of a jump on the play. Has it on his mitts, but unable to convert. So an early field goal opportunity for Axel Perez and the Seahawks. Harbor trying to strike first blood. Kick is up. Kick is good. No. Initial indication looks like it was going to be good, but that one wide right. And with 7:58 to go in the opening quarter, still no score from Lancaster. Antelope Valley will take over. Brian Adams in at quarterback, the record holder now after a Week 2 loss at Santa Ana. Talked about the gaudy stat line that he put up. After that game, he is averaging 375 yards on the season. In total, 751 yards. First play will go to Clay. Xavier out of the backfield, up ahead for a couple. Has some extracurricular in the back between Hakeem Simmons and Malcolm Latou. Referee's doing a good job of shoring this up. Adams in the short shotgun again. Flanked by Jalen O'Neal. The man to watch in the receiving game, Arius Collins. 2 wide receivers up and down. O'Neal in motion. Adams. Bubble screen, no, he's going to go right up to Collins, and Collins has that pass broken up. It's a nice play made by Malik Alexander. The ball a little bit behind Collins, but if that hits him in strides, it's 6 the other way. I'll play that at 100. That one broken up just at the end. It's a difficult throw because you have to worry about the safety and coverage there along with Alexander. The window not as hefty as you would like for Adams, but Adams comes away unscathed. No interception on that one. This one on the far side thrown out of the reach intended for Jalen Miller. So with Adams at the helm and his opening drive offensively, it's a 3 and out for the Marauders. Well, outside of the big play from Franklin on the reverse, Marauders defense, so far so good. But obviously some things to shore up. Can't be caught off guard in that fashion. Selvig, end over end kick. This one caught by Luke Sabra, and Sabra near midfield. In fact, this will be down at the 49-yard line in Marauder territory, so terrific field position to start things off for LA Harbor on their second offensive drive of the ball game. Millhouse in a power I. Deep back is Maxwell. Maxwell ahead for 3. Doubleheader coverage here on SoCal College Sports this evening. Canyons hosting Cerritos. Canyons trailing 7-0 in that one. They're in the first quarter. Big game tonight in Santa Clarita, the homecoming game on the season for the Cougars. Pistol formation, short shotgun again for Millhouse. Millhouse back to pass, has a man on the outside on an out. His pass is going to be complete. Dante Franklin again moves the chains. That's a nice play there. Unfortunately, Franklin with some room to run in front of him, but he falls down on the route. And Franklin alertly just sits down, receives the pass from Millhouse as he threw his receiver open. And the secondary, which is one of the strong points, according to Coach Jaleka, having their difficulties early against Millhouse. Power formation yet again. Maxwell with some room on the left side. He'll churn forward for 6. Beautiful evening for football here in Lancaster. Some bit of a cloudy backdrop. Some sprinkles throughout the day. Been a long day for me, driving up from San Diego this morning. Driving back down to San Diego tomorrow. SCFA football priority number 1, Maxwell will be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Will he fall forward or at least get back to the original line here? Well, if he gained anything, it's not much. It's 3rd and 5. Like to see some disruption up front. Got to get the run stuffers in there. You also have to be able to cover on the outside. There's stacked receivers at the top of the screen and only one cornerback there, so a broken coverage that's going to result in another first down. And guess who? Dante Franklin. Do we have laundry on the field? We do. I think they might call a pick play there. We have a stacked receiver, and was the lead receiver maybe, I don't know if we're going to see it from that angle, but was the lead receiver maybe blocking Hurt Jr.? I wonder if we can run that replay one more time here, Jeffrey. Well, flag on the field. It it is of the holding variety. So whether it was before the pass or after, there was a penalty on LA Harbor. It's going back the other way. Coming up under the 4-minute mark in the opening quarter. Millhouse in the shotgun. Millhouse under duress will throw it away. On 3rd and long, is this 4th down territory? I believe they're going to say no. And it looks like Axel Perez will come on. Well, if this is going to be a kick and not a punt, this is ambitious. I think they're bringing out the punting unit. The man back to receive this kick, Arias Collins. Track speed galore throughout this roster for Coach Gillette and company. Here for Antelope Valley. We saw that on full display 2 weeks ago at Santa Ana. Whistles on the field. Another timeout. Or an official timeout. Not sure what the call is going to be here. Well, it looks like the signal is for a timeout taken by Antelope Valley. I don't know if Coach Gillette wanted a timeout, but he's going to get one. Take one ourselves. Back in a moment. Punting unit on, the snap a little bit off. That's a great job by Perez. Maintaining his composure, and Hurt Jr. will down it at the 3-yard line. The Marauders will have their work cut out for him. And who's going to come out at QB? It looks like it's going to be Brian Adams. Let's watch this again. The snap a little bit off. Hurt Jr. tracks the ball down, and it comes at him in a hurry. And Hurt Jr., I think he had it at the 2-yard line. They'll give the Marauders an extra yard. Antelope Valley will take over. Deep in their own territory. They'll hand off to Clay. Clay is going to fall forward. Initially stopped. Looked like maybe behind the line of scrimmage, but he'll fall forward for 1 2nd and 9 now. Say he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Let's call it a short 10. Clay in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the bottom. They change up the disguise. Clay through a hole on the right side. Not going to get much doing there. He's going to fall forward for a couple. So a 3rd and long situation now for Antelope Valley. Well, you come off a fairly deflating loss and a very good showing at Santa Ana on the road. But you drop to 1-1, and Maybe you're taking the opponent a little lightly or just a little rusty after the week off. You have an early bye week, and Antelope Valley up against it right now. The LA Harbor getting the best of them. Adams going to go to work again. Has a man on the far side. Pass is complete. That's Jalen Miller. So Miller with a first down. Terrific job by Miller on the out. Providing a big target to Brian Adams, and Adams delivers for the first down. Ball out to the 16-yard line, 1st and 10. Clay, big hole on the left side, and Clay brought down for a first down, gain of 12 on the play up ahead to the 28-yard line, move the chains. This feels like a play where you might see Arius Collins show off some of that athleticism and the track speed that we are growing accustomed to. Adams instead will hand off over the right side. We're going to have a flag on the play in the area of a hold. This is probably coming back. And indeed, early indication is against the Marauders after a couple of back-to-back first down plays for AVC. Holding going to go against Jordani Bruni. Well, on a holding call like that on a minimal game, you'd think there'd be a bigger hole, but didn't do the Marauders much good. 1st and 20 now. Backed up to the 18-yard line. Trips to the right. Adams again in the short shotgun. Clay flanking him. Handoff will be to Xavier. Xavier still on his feet, past the 25-yard line, back past the original line of scrimmage, and then some to the 30. Ball is on the deck. Change of possession. There's no whistle. There is one now after the Seahawk player is down. Let's see if we have a replay of it. We have a flag on the field. Does the ball come out? Well, it looks like the player is down. The trickle's out. Clay is hurt, it looks like, or Clay comes up a little gimpy. The ball squirted out. But if you look at it on replay, let's play that again. Let's see if we can get that down to 50% here, Stoy. It looks like the ball comes out after the player was already down. We're going to do it one more time here. We'll play it on the board. And they're having a conversation about it, that's for sure. But the defense is on the field. Late flag, I wonder what this is about. Slow it down here. Player is down. Ball, no. We can probably play it. Go to 100%. Let it play out here. And then we'll bring it back one more time on the second shot. Let's... Still trying to get it figured. So the play is going to be ruled a fumble. We'll play this at 50%. No. Gotcha. Okay. Play it at 50%. Let's see it here. Slow it down here for you. Clay hit there. Ball is trickling out. It's tough. I think his knees are on top of a defender and the ball squirts loose. And the ball was recovered by Damian Brown, and Brown comes away with it. Millhouse up the gut. Pick up 7. 2nd and 3 coming up. So again, another big play, this time by the defense for LA Harbor on a fumble from Xavier Clay. It's the Hawks in business. Millhouse trips to the right. King at the bottom of your screen, one-on-one. King over the top of the defense, and that pass broken up. Bros Lee on the breakup. 41 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. No score. But the Seahawks knocking on the door courtesy of a turnover forced by the defense. 3rd and 4. Not a long 4 or short 5. Two receivers up and down. Millhouse quickly back to pass under duress. Rolling out to his right, looking for some room, and he will be forced to throw it away. It's great coverage by the secondary as Millhouse evades the pocket and the early pressure, unable to really come up with anything. And a heady play by Millhouse. Keep his team in field goal range and give Perez another chance. So Perez will try this one from 35. Kick is up. This time, no good again. Looks like that one also went wide right. So it remains scoreless coming up on the end of the first quarter. You're watching SCFA football live on SoCalCollegeSports.com. So Adams and company back out onto the field, under 30 seconds to go. Adams going to keep it. Come over the middle. That pass deflected, intended for Artrell Marks. Well, between Marks and Collins last week, 20 receptions. I already talked about the gaudy total for Arius Collins in the receiving department, 245 yards and couple touchdowns. 2nd and 10 after the deflected pass at the line of scrimmage. Jalen O'Neal now in the backfield for the Marauders. Collins and Marks to the bottom of your screen. The Seahawks trying to mix things up defensively. Adams, not a lot of time, throws it near side. That pass is incomplete. That one intended for Marks again. Well, the scouting was done. I'd like to see Adams come underneath with something. Not a lot of time on there. Target was predetermined, but now it's 3rd and 10. Another chance for the defense to get quickly off of the field for LA Harbor. 18 seconds remaining in the opening quarter after the incompletion, and the clock stopped. Adams, a little bit of time, comes near side, and that one intended for Collins. Looks like that one slipped out of the hands of Brian Adams. Adams, a pocket QB, not a ton of mobility outside, not like you would see from Tyler Selvig. But the footwork not there, and the arm, the strength is not a question, but sometimes the accuracy, we see it right there. The rhythm not yet established for Brian Adams. So Selvig will come on to punt this one away. Franklin back to receive the kick. Along with an up back, it's Luke Sabra. Sabra took the kick early last time. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff with you on today's coverage. Has some scores at halftime. Talk about the happenings of the opening quarter. The opening half here in week 4. Music tonight by Scott Buckley. The Venom Crusader mix. Graphics this evening done by Matthew Henson. As we get squared away with the referees and the clock manager, we're set and ready to go. Selvig back to punt this one away. On 4th and 10. Selvig rolling to his right. Will kick this one. Going to take a friendly Marauder bounce near the 45-yard line. It will stop there. The Seahawks will take over in their own territory. Again, terrific field position. And if it's been a battle of field position, LA Harbor winning that one decidedly. That's the end of one. No score. We head to the second quarter here on SoCal College Sports. Start of the second quarter, the Seahawks going to take over at their own 45-yard line. New quarterback, Armani Jones-Saylor. Saylor still on his feet, and he will be forced out of bounds on the far side. Nice play made by Enzo Fantao Barker. It's going to be at least a 2-yard loss, and it's exactly what it is, 2nd and 12 now. Surprised you take out Millhouse there. I thought Millhouse doing a pretty good job at the quarterback position, but maybe you want to get Armani Jones-Saylor a couple reps here. It's a decent defense. Jones-Saylor, that pass incomplete. That was nearly a hospital ball intended for Brian Williams out of the backfield. He had a heat-seeking missile intended for him, the name of Jalen Harvey. Harvey with that play well diagnosed into the second level. 3rd and long. 3rd and long, been a problem here thus far for the Marauders covering. Over the middle of the field, yet again, and a wide receiver wide open. Dante Franklin over the middle of the field, and a missed opportunity for the Seahawks. That would have been a first down and then some. And with Franklin's ability in the open field, that could have been 6. But instead, an incompletion on 3rd and 12, 4th down. Seahawks going to punt it away. Perez gets this one away. The ball will be downed inside the 30. I want to say it hit a player of the Seahawks at the 30-yard line initially, so that's where the ball will be spotted. Adams back out at QB. See if they can get him going. Well, you got to buy Adams a little bit of time. The Seahawks have done a good job of disrupting his rhythm. Can they keep that going? Or will Adams be able to find a window? Plenty of time here. Wide open areas. Collins, the pass not there. And Adams just needs to go over the top of the defense. You have the fastest player on the field in Arius Collins. Hit him in stride. Collins coming off the field a little slow here. Maybe you wonder what the issue might be. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Missed opportunity for the Marauders on that one for a chunk play. Short shotgun set again for Adams. 2 wide receivers up and down. He's looking near side. The pass going to be tipped and incomplete, out of bounds. Ryan Rosser, 5'11" freshman cornerback from Lawndale. Another 3rd and long situation for the Marauders. Collins back out on the field. Collins and Devon Jones at the bottom of your screen, trips to the left. Adams trying to make a move. He'll turn up the field. A lot of green in front of him. He's going to have the first down. He is going to dive forward at the 45-yard line. And that's a great read by Adams. It's taking what the defense is going to give you. Play it at 100. Makes a read, looks to his left, nothing there. Makes a move to his right, and he evades a defender and Damian Brown. Brown had a beat on it. He's the one that forced the fumble earlier. First down on 3rd and long. Adams. Might that play get him going? Hand off to O'Neal. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. At one point, will Adams and Collins hook up? That's the question. Marks has really been the man that's been targeted. He's in the slot at the top of your screen. But Collins, the big play receiver for the Marauders. That pass incomplete. We have some more extracurricular back and forth. This was on both parties. No flag thrown. And it's a little chippy out there. Robert Crew Fafita for the Seahawks. Very animated on the sideline coming off. He got into it with Jordani Bruni. Meanwhile, 3rd and 10. Adams in the shotgun again, rolling out to his left. Over the field, over the middle of the field, has a man. There he is, Collins. Watch the footwork on this one. Collins doing his best Lamar Jackson imitation in the open field. Let's see it again here. Nice job by Adams setting his feet, finding his receiver. And a little Olay from Arias. Under 13 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. They move the chains, do the Marauders now in Seahawk territory. Adams will take his time. We're going to have a timeout. And this is the 3rd timeout, I believe, taken in the first half. You're watching SCFA football, no score here from Lancaster, LA Harbor, and Antelope Valley. Timeout taken by the Marauders. 12:32 to go in the 2nd quarter. Clock management has been an issue for AVC here in the first half. 1st and 10. And falling down is Xavier Clay. Had some green in front of him, but unable to keep his footing. So he'll pick up 1, 2nd and 9 for AVC. We'll get some scores from around the SCFA. Chris Ruiz, the athletic director, marks over the middle of the field. Slot receiver with first down yardage and a little bit more out to the 33-yard line in Seahawk territory. It's a quick decision there over the middle by Brian Adams. Marks running a nice hard cut inside on a square in with the reception. Trips to the right. Collins 1-1 at the bottom of your screen. He's working on Ryan Rosser. Rosser, a big cornerback, listed at 5'11", looks a little bit more than that. And that's going to be a big thud in the backfield. Look like Clay pick up a couple. El Camino on top of Orange Coast, 21-3. And that's a final. Glendale goes down to Mount San Jacinto. Mount San Jacinto now 4-0 on the season, 50-28, a winner in that one. Citrus, marginal win over Santa Barbara, but a win's a win. They moved to 4-0 at 12-3 over the Vaqueros. Allen Hancock over West LA, 42-23. San Diego Mesa on top of Grossmont earlier today, 49-14. Wide receiver screen on the near side. It's Collins. That play set up nicely. Marks blocking along with Devon Jones as they went trips to the left. Not going to quite be a first down. Collins will come off. More of a power package now in. Jacob Freeman, the tight end, will come in. Another big body on that line. Power eyes set. Clay's not going to get it. There's a flag on the field. It came in late. It looks like where you might see a hold. If we maybe see a late face mask or legal hands to the face. It's going against AVC, I can tell you that. Player on the field for Antelope Valley. Austin Bro. Bro came on. He was a quarterback in the scrum. He handed off to Clay. Like Bro might have gotten rolled up on. Hope that young man's okay. It's 3rd and short again. Did they decline the penalty? They declined it. It's 4th down. Adams is going to go for it. Has the pass deflected. Adams, the big man, unable to get it over the line of scrimmage. It's a turnover on downs, and we remain scoreless with 9:39 to go in the second quarter. Big game in Riverside. Tigers hosting Long Beach City. Had a conversation with Coach Peabody, Brett Peabody, head coach for Long Beach City College a couple weeks ago. Had a bye in week 3. Well, it acted as a bye. LA Valley, unfortunately, unable to field the team that week due to injuries. But he said the silver lining, outside of his players not able to get reps, was he had a couple weeks to prepare for Riverside. And right now, playing the Tigers pretty close are the Vikings. We wish him well. Quarterback hit as he throws the ball. Armani Jones-Saylor absolutely leveled, but able to get the ball away before he incurred the sacks of 2nd and 10. The ball falls incomplete. Bakersfield hosting Golden West. They're up 10-7. San Bernardino Valley on top of LA Southwest 28-0. In the second quarter, Cerritos on top of Canyon 7-3. Palomar on top of Ventura 17-10. Jeffrey Stoynoff might have something to say about that one. A game being played at Escondido High School. Corner blitz. Hurt Jr. gets away from his defensive assignment up ahead towards midfield. Let's see where they mark him out. They'll mark him out at the 49, and we're going to have some extra yardage tacked on. Hurt Jr. hit as the play ended. Let's see it right here. Armani gets the ball out. Hurt Jr. makes a play, spin move towards the middle of the field, and indeed a late hit. Easy call by the referee. So tack on 15 more, and again the Seahawks in business. 9:15 remaining in the second quarter. Harbor have had a couple of opportunities to strike first blood, a couple of missed field goals, but that's their third chunk play of the game. This time Hurt Jr. Speaking of Hurt, Anthony Maxwell takes a big hit behind the line of scrimmage. He loses 2. 2nd and 12 now for the Seahawks. $8:38 remaining. Jones Saylor back to pass under duress. Going to be gobbled up near midfield. First man there for the Marauders, Harrison Starling. Starling makes a nice move. Seahawks get away with a hold there. Not going to matter. Starling, along with Jalen Harvey, finishing him up. So make it 3rd and a mile. Now remember, we talked about it, 3rd and long has been an issue with the defense here tonight for the Marauders. Can they get off the field? Seahawks going to spread them out. Jones Saylor rolling to his left. A lot of green in front of him. Looking for some room. He's going to be forced out of bounds. That's a good no flag. There was some contact made beyond the boundary, but the initial contact happened inbounds. I want some kudos to the referees. That doesn't often happen on this program. .720 and counting. Fourth down. Punting unit on. So after the chunk play that, again, got pretty good field position for the Seahawks there, backed up courtesy of a sack. Harrison Starling, shank punt. This is going to bounce back in favor of the Marauders to the 32-yard line. Here comes Brian Adams yet again, yet to get things going. Maybe the 6th time will be the charm here tonight. .644 remaining in the first half. Trips to the left. Marks in the slot. Collins at the bottom. Devon Jones, the middleman in the trips formation. Adams takes his time over the middle of the field, looking for Marks in the slot on a go route up the seam and unable to connect. Just a little bit over the head of Artrell. Adams taking his time at the line. Clock stopped at 6:40. Adams with some time. Over to Marks. Flag on the field. This might be a hold. Adams is on the deck, along with Jalen O'Neal. I wonder if this is going to be a hit at the knees. Nope. It's going to go against AVC again. Hold will be charged to AVC, so back them up 10. We'll do second down again. Second and 20. Clay in the backfield. He is a threat to catch the ball. Bluffing on the blitz. They set up the screen. And again, this pass deflected. More pressure from Damian Brown. He has been a nightmare here tonight for the Marauders. Going to bring up 3rd and 20. Some chatter on the YouTube chat. Some big fans out there of Arius Collins, and why not? It's been a big asset for the Marauders this season. Hand off to Clay. Clay going to do much here. Won't pick up the first. In fact, he's going to lose some yardage back to the 20-yard line. Bodies falling after the play's over. Everybody up okay? It was not Clay, excuse me, that was O'Neal. And again, the punting unit going to come on along with Tyler Selvig for Antelope Valley. On 4th and 22. And the offense has been a struggle here this evening. This after the week 2 explosion of offense, 52 points on the board in a loss at Santa Ana. Selvig rolling to his left. Will punt it end over end. This one will take a friendly Marauder roll past the 40-yard line, still rolling, and it will be downed at the 35. So how about Tyler Selvig deep in his own territory? All the way to the Seahawk 35. Jeff, you got a number on that punt? I want to say it was a 55-yard punt. I could be wrong on that one. And based on my recent math, it probably is. I think so. 45, excuse me. You're right. So 45-yard punt from Selvig. And Armani Jones-Saylor on again at QB. Handoff, a delayed one, will go to Denzel Nembard, 5'9" freshman running back from Hawthorne. He'll pick up a couple. Well, Jones-Saylor trying to utilize the read option and was a little delayed getting the ball out to his running back, Denzel Nembard. Jones-Saylor has a man over the middle of the field. That's Franklin. Franklin with the first down. So Dante Franklin, a nice first half here for the Seahawks. Ball at the 48-yard line, still in Seahawk territory, but the Seahawks again moving the ball, trips to the right. Jones-Saylor with the call. We'll give it up. Nembard up ahead for another couple yards at midfield. Flores with the tackle. 2nd and 8 for the Seahawks. Your running back, Jonas Loyens. Now to the left. That pass broken up nicely on the far side. The man there, Jalen Cochran. It was intended for Alexander. 3rd and 8 now, and a chance for the defense to get off the field. Now you make this 4th and manageable here. This is the middle of the field, and right at the middle of the field. They're at the 50-yard line. Might see a run play, pistol formation, or offset eye. Jones Saylor rolling to his right. A little bit of time. Will he be gobbled up from the backside? He will. Well, so much for 4-down territory. And the big man, Kalai Clark, will record the sack for the Marauders. Just a terrific job of pursuit by Clark coming from the backside. Gets off his block. Inside. Brings down Jones Saylor. Big man loving it. Flag on the field. And if I'm reading the lips correctly, this is going to be a personal foul. Face mask going to go against AVC. So instead of 4th down in a punting situation for the Hawks, Antelope Valley shoots themselves in the foot. And it's 1st and 10, LA Harbor. In Marauder territory at the 40. Reverse, diagnosed perfectly. Franklin going nowhere on that one. First man there, Deontay Knott. Deontay not so fast. How fast does Knott get to his man on this one? He saw it from a mile away. They ran it earlier, and they were not going to be fooled this time. Franklin comes out of the slot, and he picks the right man, and Knott puts a hurt on Franklin. Big loss on the play. 2nd and 19 for the Seahawks. Franklin in motion. Moving across the formation on the top of your screen. He's all by himself. Instead, they'll bring it back here to Maxwell. Maxwell going nowhere. First man there, Kalai Clark in coverage. But the big man falling back for his assignment. 3rd and a zip code down for the Seahawks. They're going to take a timeout and talk things over. Still no score from Lancaster. You're watching SCFA Football Week 4 edition here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Third and very long for the Seahawks. And the Marauders defense has turned it up here late in the first half. 3rd and 21 to be exact. Maxwell now to the right of Jones Saylor. Jones Saylor, a lot of room in front of him, but a spy is there. And he is going to be brought down after he takes off. And that is a terrific job by Enzo Fantao Barker, again making a play in the open field. Kept his assignment. And the defense going to get off the field. 4th and 15. That's a terrific response by the defense. Could have easily folded after the face mask penalty on 3rd and long brought about a new set of downs for the Seahawks. Nope. Instead, they record a big loss on a play, courtesy of Deontay Knott. And now force a punting situation with Collins back to receive the kick. Snap again off. Kick will take a bounce in the direction of the Marauders and trickle back the other way out at the 20-yard line. And the Marauders will be in their 2-minute drill with 1:14 remaining. Broadcast being brought to you by Hunter Dodge of the West and Toyota of Lancaster. A special thanks to those two entities allowing us to bring you Marauder football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Adams will go to work. Trips to the left. He'll hand off. Clay still on his feet near the first down marker. And O'Neal out of the backfield. Jalen, 5'9" freshman running back from Palmdale, will gain 9. Under a minute in the first half. Remember, no timeouts for Antelope Valley. Adams over the middle. This is Marks. Marks up the field. This will stop the clock momentarily as they move the chains. The ball out to the 38-yard line of the Marauders. Offense got to move quickly. No timeouts. So far, so good. 37 seconds and counting. Adams. Read option. No, over the middle of the field looking for Marks. Marks. Miscommunication between him and Adams. Silver lining is the clock will stop at 27 seconds. I have a correction in the chat. Denzel Nemard. The B is silent. Spelled Nembhard. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for Nemard. Chips to the left. Collins at the bottom. Marks in the slot. They go one-on-one on the outside. Oh. We'll watch this one again. Jalen Miller had his man beat on the inside on the post. If we had this one on 2, play it at 100. We'll see it right here. Marks. That is incredibly soft coverage to the inside, and if Adams completes there, Miller to the house, but instead of it remains scoreless. Adams hands off to O'Neal. O'Neal has a first down past midfield. 18 seconds remaining. Say O'Neal touchdown at the 50-yard line. They'll stop the clock, 14 seconds to go. A couple ticks will come off here. 12 seconds, they say it is. That was dangerously close for the Seahawks, having an extra man on the field. Looked like Gary Lee was trying to get off. Second and 10. Collins to the outside. Will get out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It's a heady play by Collins. See Adams here finding his favorite receiver on the season. Collins quickly gets to the outside. Back to live action. Adams taking his time. It's a 9-yard gain on the play. 7 seconds remaining in the first half. AVC with the ball, an opportunity to go up on the scoreboard and be the first to strike. O'Neal in motion. He'll come out of the backfield. Adams down the field has a man open, and it's Miller again having his man beat. He is having his way with Chase Jordan. Jordan cannot stay with the speed, but unfortunately Adams unable to connect. Man, flag on the field with 1 second to go. Wonder what the call is going to be. Personal foul, face mask against the defense. So the ball after the penalty, I don't know if this is going to be a spot foul. The ball currently on the 41-yard line. This should be put down on the 26, and we're likely going to see the field goal unit. Remember, they don't have a timeout due to the Marauders, so they need to get the field goal unit out on the field in a hurry. And let's see if Lucas Seaton can put the Marauders on the board. Harbor have had their chances here in the first half. Play clock winding down. Marauders need to get set. 1 second remaining in the first half. Lucas Seaton going to get iced here, it looks like. Timeout called by the Seahawks. And a word from Hunter Dodge when we come back.
H.W. Hunter's Ram of the West is the largest Ram truck center in America, built from the ground up to offer the best truck buying and service experience anywhere. Let one of our certified truck experts help you choose from hundreds of trucks in inventory, including upfit vans and work trucks. And we have an inventory as big as a wide open West. Shop H.W. Hunter's Ram of the West on 10th Street West in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Test drive a new Ram truck today during the Ram Power Day.
43-yard field goal attempt by Lucas Seaton. And we have a flag on the field. Too many men on the field on the defense. So Lucas Seaton, 43-yarder, no. 38-yarder, possibly. How does that happen out of a timeout? Going to be some conversations to be had in the locker room between both teams, but I got a feeling some paint's going to be coming off in the Seahawk locker room. Seaton, kick is up, plenty of leg. Looks good. No, it's wide right. See if we can see this on our end zone camera. Seaton had plenty of leg on it, but unfortunately wide right. And we go in at the end of the first half, scoreless from Lancaster.
Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Test drive a new Ram truck today during the Ram Power Days going on now.
Halftime here from Lancaster, no score, Antelope Valley and LA Harbor. And Jeffrey, it was a fantastic display of defense and, some missed opportunities offensively in the first half.
Yeah, I thought Harbor really outplayed the Marauders for the most part in that first quarter, got themselves into Antelope Valley territory, into the red zone on a couple of occasions, but came away empty. And I think if you're Antelope Valley, you can live with that. And right now, you start this second half all square, no score in this one, and feeling like maybe they dodged a little bit of a bullet. I thought they picked it up in the second quarter a little bit, especially defensively, made some adjustments, and now you just have to try and finish it off at home.
Yeah, defensively, I thought the Marauders did a fantastic job of making adjustments. They were having some issues with third and long situations. They were getting eaten alive by Dante Franklin, big first half freshman wide receiver from Bessemer and McAdory High School. But, at the end of that first half, the defense starts getting a little bit more pressure on the quarterback. They went away from the starter in Jacob Millhouse. They ended up going to Armani Jones-Saylor, and Jones-Saylor had a couple of bright spots, but maybe holding on to the football a little bit too long. The Marauder defense, credit to them, making and taking advantage of it.
Yeah, Mike, I think the key in the second half is going to be which team is ultimately able to establish more of a running game. Neither team really did much on the ground offensively in that first half, and I think obviously in a low-scoring game, we might be talking about just one score here that ends up making the difference. But I think the team that can get something going on the ground is going to have the big advantage here in the second half.
Well, quite the departure from a couple weeks ago for Antelope Valley, having scored 52 points in an overtime loss at Santa Ana. Let's see if they can get it going. Third quarter underway in just a moment here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Ram of the West is the largest Ram truck center in America, with an inventory as big as a wide open West, including upfit vans and work trucks on 10th Street West in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Test drive a new Ram truck today during the Ram Power Days, going on now.
Third quarter underway from Lancaster. Seahawks will get the ball, and they're going to get pretty good field position to start off the second half as the kickoff goes out of bounds off the foot of Lucas Seaton. Let's see who gets a start in the first half, or in the second half, excuse me, third quarter. Will be Millhouse or Jones-Saylor. And it looks like Millhouse, Jacob, will get first crack at it here at the start of the third quarter. The player of note in that first half, Dante Franklin. Can he keep the hot hand going? Handoff. Millhouse under duress throws it away. Just wide of Jonas Loyens. He's receiving pressure from Jacob Flores. Flying in with like a man with hair on fire. 2nd and 10. Shout out to the people at Nevco. Brand new scoreboard, video scoreboard on the campus of Antelope Valley College. Utilizing our live feed with it. Looks absolutely beautiful from Marauder Stadium. 2nd and 10, Millhouse. Trying to go over the top of the defense. Going to be a little bit beyond the mark. Terrific coverage by Jalen Purdue. Intended for Franklin. 3rd and long coming up for the Seahawks. And a chance for the Marauders on their first defensive possession of this second half to get off the field. Deontay King will come on. They move Franklin into the slot. King at the bottom. 2 up and 2 down. Wide receiver set. Maxwell in the backfield. Play clock under 10. Millhouse with the snap. They run a stunt up front. Millhouse under duress. Throws across the middle of the field. Pass incomplete. Attended again for Franklin. Franklin wanted a flag. And I wonder if he has a case here. Looked like maybe some contact made with his shoulder as the pass came in. We'll see it again. Have a pretty good look of it here. Millhouse throws. Looking for a man across the middle. That was Franklin. I want to say that's pretty good coverage down the field. I want to say the contact came from the defender in Bross Lee as the ball got there. That's terrific timing and the quick 3 and out to start the second half for the defense of Antelope Valley. Kick is away. Collins back to receive the kick. Does not call a fair catch. Eludes a couple of defenders. Still on his feet past the 30-yard line. We see the speed on full display up to the 40-yard line. Laundry on the field. This one likely coming back. See if we can spot a hold here. Yeah. That's a fairly easy call. So the return all for naught. I think it's going to be a spot foul. Should be a 10-yard penalty. Well, I thought it occurred at the 23-yard line. They're going to say that's where the Marauders will take over here. Opening offensive possession of the third quarter. Adams back to pass. Over the middle, that pass again deflected at the line of scrimmage. And right now, the pocket just not very clean for Adams. He's got to either move to his left or right, free himself some little airspace, and get things going across the middle of the field. The receivers have been open. Collins was there, and Collins has been open on a couple of routes now. Adams needs to deliver. Certainly wasn't a problem a couple weeks ago, but the scouting is out. Adams hands off. Inside. Clay going nowhere. Well, in our conversation with Jeff Stoynoff at the half, which team is going to get the run game going? And right now, both teams slim pickings. So we come up to a minute gone by in the third quarter. O'Neal will come in at tailback, replacing Xavier Clay, 3rd and long for the Marauders. Trips to the right for AVC. Marks has been a hot target here. They go one-on-one on the outside. That pass incomplete, intended for Jalen Miller. Dueling 3 and outs for both defenses. The punting unit on for the Marauders. Our sponsor tonight, Toyota Lancaster and Hunter Dodge of the West. Key contributors, as you see the video board on our end zone camera. Selvig back to punt this one away. Sabra, Franklin back to receive the kick. Selvig gets it away. This is a good kick. Take a favorable bounce for the Marauders, but will lie dead flat at the 39-yard line. So again, pretty good field position, for the Seahawks, and let's see if LA Harbor can do something with it. Scores from around the SCFA en route to you shortly. Our other game, Canyons hosting Cerritos, their homecoming evening. See if we get a score update. Long Beach on top of Riverside. The pitch. Meanwhile, to the tailback, Jonas Loyens, and the big-bodied Loyens will have a first down. We'll get back to the Long Beach Riverside game. The Vikings with a 4-point lead on top of Riverside. Remember, a week ago, Riverside got all they could handle and more from San Bernardino Valley in a crossover game. San Bernardino Valley right now up huge. 45-7 on top of LA Southwest. They're in the third quarter, just underway in the second half. Cerritos and Canyons tied up at 10 apiece. Ventura up by 7 now on top of Palomar, and that one nearly picked off. Jalen Purdue had 6 in his mitts and let it get away. We'll see it again here. Purdue, a terrific job of reading the pass and the play, and he had an opportunity. We'll probably play that one again on our other angle. Meanwhile, 2nd and 10 after the incompletion, near disaster for Jacob Millhouse and the Seahawks. Power eye set for LA Harbor. Millhouse hands off to the up back. No, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to pick up 7. Is he near first down yards? He scored it free of the pack, and he is near the sticks, the 40-yard line of the Marauders. I believe they need the 39. So 3rd and short now. Pretty nifty play out of the power eye set. Fake to the up back in Loyens. Got the defense swinging one way, and then Millhouse turns it upfield, squirts away from a couple of defenders, and it's a 9-yard pickup on 2nd down, 3rd and very manageable. This is 4th down territory. Power eye set again, this time going to the up back. They can't get it out of the hand of the quarterback. Instead, the ball will fall forward, and this should be a first down. The ball spotted at the 39-yard line. That's exactly where they needed to go, and the Harbor Seahawks will move the chains. Mount Sac on top of Elac 14-6. Chaffee all over Pasadena 42-6. Saddleback on top of Moore Park 19-6. A lot of 6s out there. LA Valley on top of LA Pierce 13-7. Fullerton on top of Southwestern 10-7. That's from Yorba Linda. Another power eye formation for the Seahawks. Been very favorable matchup for them this evening. Out of this set, Millhouse. Hands off? No. Throw it up the field. Pass is complete. Was he in bounds? Malik Alexander. And we'll say it's a catch. And another first down for the Seahawks, moving the ball at will on this drive. We'll get to some thank yous later, but a big thank you, of course, to Thomas Gang, athletic director here at Antelope Valley College. Setting us up for success here in the booth. Handoff for the Seahawks to Brian Williams, sophomore from East Anchorage. There's going to be a flag on the play. This looks like it might be in the area of a hold at the 20. Could be a reason why Williams was freed up so much. We'll find out about the flag here. No indication yet. SCFA football week 4 from Lancaster. Still no score in this one. Do we have 2 fouls on the play? Having an issue with the microphone? They're seeing both fouls on the play against the defense. A face mask against Antelope Valley. Well, either way you slice it, going to be first and goal for the Seahawks. Best opportunity for either squad here tonight to put some points on the board. So a face mask and an unnecessary roughness penalty. Trying to move Franklin off of the field. Hurt Jr., lead receiver, now at the bottom of the screen. Trying to get a play call. Play clock under 12. Power set. Maxwell on the carry. Maxwell going nowhere. To the 5. Barely back to the line of scrimmage. Second and goal. Well, if you had the over a couple weeks ago and the over was set at 100, you would have made money on Santa Ana and AVC. And you had to figure coming in, both teams probably would have had a high number. But meanwhile, both teams, after scoring a combined 107 points 2 weeks ago, Santa Ana down to Victor Valley 14-3, and we're scoreless here at Antelope Valley. Maxwell going to keep it, cut it back, looking for the end zone. He'll fall in for 6. LA Harbor going to strike first blood. There is a flag on the field. This could come back. Let's see if we can see it. Not sure where the flag is. Did it come in late? Chop block going to go against Kevin Mendoza. Will erase the only points on the board here tonight. We remain scoreless here at Antelope Valley. Canyon's now on top of Cerritos 17-10. They're in the third quarter. Cougars come out with some energy offensively out of halftime. Second and goal, but now from 20-yard line. Seahawks with some work to do. Millhouse under duress. Gets a block. Pass complete. Malik Alexander. 10-yard pickup. He's down at the 10-yard line. So third and goal coming up for the Seahawks from the 10. Ventura starting to open it up on the road at Palomar 31-17. The Seahawks in a little bit of disarray, looking a little unorganized, not sure what they want to do. Maxwell finally set, 2 up and 2 down. Receivers to the right, Hurt Jr. and Franklin. Hurt Jr. pass intended for high and out of bounds, incomplete. And the defense hold. Courtesy of an illegal chop block. Otherwise it would have been 6, possibly 7 on the board for the Seahawks, but still scoreless. Field goal unit about to come on to attempt a 27-yarder, 0 for 2 tonight in the field goal game for LA Harbor thus far. Axel Perez. From 27 yards out. Kick is up. This one is good. So Harbor strikes first blood 3-0. You're watching SCFA Football Week 4. Marauders looking to respond when we come back.
W. Hunter's Ram of the West is the largest Ram truck center in America, with an inventory as big as a wide open West, including upfit vans and work trucks, on 10th Street West in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Test drive a new Ram truck today during the Ram Power Days, going on now.
Three to nothing. Axel Perez puts the Seahawks on the board from 27 yards out. And could that be enough? I would hate to think so. But we'll find out shortly here, won't we? 8:21 remaining in the third quarter. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff with you on tonight's coverage. That kick off the foot of Perez through the back of the end zone. And Antelope Valley will take over at their own 25. Adams back in at QB. Selvig received the start. We saw Austin Bro come off with an injury. Haven't seen him since. This can be a late hit. O'Neal was hit out of bounds. See that one again. Let's see if we can get that on two. I mean, you just... Well, the flag came from the backside. And I wonder what they're talking about here. Is this going to go against Antelope Valley? Oh. Arias Collins is going to get whistled for a personal foul blind block. Yeah, let's see if we can see this again here. Slow it down here. Yeah. We see Collins with his hand in the cookie jar. See, if he doesn't block, if he just gets in the way, that's not a penalty. Live action. Adams over the middle of the field. That one intercepted. Going to go in for 6, possibly. Seahawks to the house. Deshaun Littleton. Flag on the field. We'll see this again. And this might be a personal foul penalty going against the Marauders. You see at the end of the play there, Jacob Freeman have a little extra mustard on it. Freeman, the intended target, the pass over his head, and the frustration mounting. And that is a classic bait situation from Josiah Moss, the freshman defensive back from San Pedro. Points are on the good, or on the board. 9-0 pending the extra point. 7:41 to go in the third quarter, and L.A. Harbor on a pick six takes a lead 9-0, make it 10-0. The Seahawks with a commanding lead here in Lancaster.
Going on now.
H.W. Hunter's Ram of the West is the largest Ram truck center in America, built from the ground up to offer the best truck buying and service experience anywhere. Let one of our certified truck experts help you choose from hundreds of trucks in inventory, including upfit vans and work trucks. And we have an inventory as big as a wide open West. Shop H.W. Hunter's Ram of the West on 10th Street West in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Test drive a new Ram truck today during the Ram Power Days. Going on now.
Purdue returning this kick. He's up to the 40-yard line. A lot of room. Special teams responding in a big way. Ball is on the deck. Purdue lost it, took a big hit. Looked like the Marauders fell on top of the football first. Let's see this one again. Terrific blocking up front. Purdue makes a fake one way, gets the defense moving, and turns it up the field. Takes a big hit, and the ball comes out. But the Marauders the first to get on top of it. And AVC responding after the pick six. Tyler Selvig now in at QB for the Marauders. Let's see if he can turn the tide for AVC. This will be a different look here. O'Neal. No. Selvig will stay on his feet. The athlete up ahead to the 35-yard line. They'll give him the 35.5. Passing game a little bit less of a factor, but the running game expected to kick it into another gear for Antelope Valley. O'Neal now to the left of Selvig. Selvig going to keep it himself. He's going to turn it upfield, get a block. It's a nice job by Marks getting out of the way instead of blocking somebody. This is going to be a personal foul. Where's the flag? Where's the flag? Clearly hit out of bounds. Selvig was mauled by the Seahawks. Let's get a 20-second on that one. Selvig hit and then driven down after the play. Where is the flag at? Well, I mean, I don't know what type of cue you need as an official to pull out the laundry on that one. Selvig over the middle, has a man. The pass is dropped. And a late hit. This is going to go against the Seahawks. Looked like that was Alex. No. We don't have a number. Excuse us. So this is going to extend the drive. Another set of downs. 15 yards going in the wrong direction of the Seahawks, and the Seahawks looked like they had committed a personal foul in the previous play to that, and now finally whistled. Selvig had pulled the trigger. He would have got a free play on that, but instead pulls the trigger now, looking for Collins deep, has him, but a little bit out of his reach. Selvig to Collins. Collins will come off the field. Get a breather. 10 receptions a couple weeks ago versus Santa Ana. Been relatively quiet here tonight. Credit the defense, they've done their job. Clay out of the backfield. Selvig going to run it up the gut. He'll have some room. Misses a man, has a block from Clay, and Selvig into the end zone for the touchdown. A terrific amount of blocking on the near side. Xavier Clay frees up Selvig. The defense opens up in the middle. Clay puts the finishing touches, picking up Deshaun Littleton. Littleton had the pick six. And now it's 6 on the board for the Marauders. Tyler Selvig in for AVC, 19 yards out. Seaton up with a kick. No good. Seaton knew it right away. 10-6, and that could be costly. So instead of coming in within a field goal after the touchdown, AVC is going to need another TD to take the lead. 6:25 remaining in the third quarter. You're watching SCFA football week 4, SoCal College Sports. Tyler Selvig sparks the offense to their first score of the ball game. 6:25 left to go in the third. 19-yard run up the middle and sprung free at the end of that play by Xavier Clay. Franklin having trouble fielding this kick. Has it up past the 30-yard line. Flag on the field. This one likely coming back. Brosley ended up on the deck. And we talked about it getting chippy in the second quarter. The chippiness continues. It looks like they are pointing in the direction of LA Harbor. And indeed, that will be the call. Next week, a couple of big games for us. College of the Desert travels to L.A. Pierce, and then Fullerton will be at Ventura. Jeff Stoynoff, and likely myself with the call on that one. In 7 days. .6:13 remaining in the third quarter. Millhouse takes over. At quarterback, rolling to his left, looking down the middle of the field, has Hurt, but that one well overthrown. Purdue right there, step for step with Hurt Jr. Millhouse going to slow things down. You got Trent Alex flanking him in the short shotgun. Trent Alex now to the left of Millhouse. 4 wide. Quick out. Pass complete. This is Franklin. Franklin not going to pick up much there. Tackled right as he received the football. We'll give him a few. And this should be 3rd and 6 coming up. Be a big response from the defense if they can get off the field here and force a quick 3 and out after their first score of the ball game. They won't be able to do it on this one. Millhouse up the gut and gives the Marauders some Tyler Selvig juice for a first down. Coming up on the 5-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. Plenty of time in this one. We talked about it in that first half. We a decided agreement. LA Harbor really outplaying the Marauders in that first half, but unable to really put points on the board. Winning in time of possession. They're still winning that battle right here. Hand off to Alex. No, it's a fake. Come over across the middle of the field. And Millhouse looking down the field, looking for Malik Alexander, and just couldn't get it to him. We have a flag on the field. See what the flag's about. And the call looks like it's going to be an ineligible receiver down the field. So this one coming back. Redo first down again, 1st and 15 now. Back to the 28. Millhouse came into this evening as the leader in the clubhouse at the QB position. 244 yards, but pretty split timeshare with Armani Jones-Saylor. Jones-Saylor had some flashes in that first half. That one is caught. That's an unbelievable catch on the far side. That one hauled in by Isaiah Potts. Where's Potts been? Falling to the ground. Potts picks up 13, 2nd and 2 now. Defense needs to make a play. Had a chance to get off the field after the score from Selvig. Millhouse going to be gobbled up. Well, we said they needed a big play, and they got one from Jason Haywood, 6'1" freshman linebacker from Paraclete here in Lancaster. Backs it up a yard. 3rd and 3 now for the Seahawks. Clock moving here. The end of the 3rd quarter. Harbor up by 4. Millhouse in the shotgun, spread them out. 4 wide. Millhouse under duress. There he goes. And yet again, Kalai Clark having himself a night on the defensive side of the football for AVC. See Clark come free here. He is a lot of man to block. Clark gets off of his block. And it was Clark and Deontay Knott also having a big night for the Marauders defensively. Punting unit on. A big response from this defensive unit. We saw them kick it into high gear at the end of the first half. Now here at the end of the 3rd quarter. Punt is away. Collins back to receive it. This is a beauty. Collins muffs the punt! First one on it are the Seahawks. That was Malcolm Latou. Collins falling back. We'll see it again here. Collins just did not read the ball very well coming back. Wrong-footed himself, and it's through his mitts. and down, and wow, what a turn of events. You put your first score on the board, you get a defensive stop, you're going to get off the field, but a muff punt. And now the Seahawks in business inside the 5-yard line. First and goal from the 4 for L.A. Harbor. Power eye set. Armani Jones-Saylor looking to pass in the end zone. This one picked off Jalen Purdue. The defense responds again. Tit for tat in the turnover department. Jones-Saylor in, and Purdue makes the most of this one. Comes off. That's just a terrible decision from Armani Jones-Saylor. And Tyler Selvig going to go back to work for the Marauders, trailing by 4. Selvig keeps himself over right tackle. Not much doing there. May have lost a yard. I think you got the defense playing run here. The middle of the field opened up just a little bit. Let's see if we can get a crossing route from one of those speedy receivers. Talking about Archwell Marks and Arius Collins. An opportunity for him to make up for something. That one thrown away from Selvig. That one really a broken play there. Going to bring up 3rd and long. What a missed opportunity this would be for the Marauders. If you're unable to keep your offense on the field for an extended bit. 3rd and 11. Selvig going to roll it out. Look down the field. Plenty of time. Receiver falls down. Marks looking for it. There was contact in the secondary. 2 flags down. And I think this is going to be a new set of downs for the Marauders. Let's see it on the replay. We'll have a pretty good shot of it from the end zone cam as to what happened here in the route. Moving down, well, the receivers, oh no, that's contact in the secondary. Was the ball out? Is this pass interference? Because there was for sure contact from Luke Sabra, and they're going to say this is PI. So this is going to give the Marauders a new set of downs and not illegal contact up the field. This is going to be the big one. This is going to be a chunk penalty yardage play in favor of AVC. Well, I think you know the recipe of success in the passing game. Play action here or roll out Tyler Selvig. That read option up the gut. Not so much. We see it right there. Well, Selvig makes a man miss, and he'll be brought down by the shoelaces, falling ahead to the 41-yard line in Marauder territory. Pickup of 7 on the play. 2nd and 3 coming up. Coming up on 1 minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's a good job of clock management here by Selvig. Buying the time for the defense. Keep them off the field. Marks gets it behind the line of scrimmage. Has a blocker. Or is near first down yardage. Will have a penalty called again on the Seahawks after the play. A gain up to the 44-yard line. A hello from Tom Gang up here in the booth. Athletic director here at AVC. Tom, happy you've joined us, and well, it was some tough sledding early on, but now it looks like AVC has found their rhythm offensively. courtesy of Tyler Selvig.
Yeah, it's always tough when you come off a bye week like that and you have these kids early in the year trying to take time off and then you try to come back and get your rhythm back. It's tough. But now they've got it going. It seems like they're kind of clicking it and they found their groove. So hopefully they can keep it going.
Yeah, the defense really on their heels now with Selvig at the helm. He's a different breed of quarterback versus the traditional pocket passer in Brian Adams. Adams with a huge week, setting school records a couple weeks ago versus Santa Ana right before the bye.
Well, I think with Brian, he came in and that bye week kind of hurt him, trying to catch up on some academic things and trying to get himself squared away in the classroom. I think it kind of put him back in football a little bit. So it gives this other kid, I always say the ways that, his bad timing is another kid's opportunity to shine, and he's been able to come in and do some great things.
Well, football, so many times you hear about next man up stories, and Tyler Selvig really making the most of it. In fact, Selvig gets the start tonight, double duty as the punter as well.
Yep. Well, one of the things about him, he's such a great athlete, and I know the coaching staff talked about putting him on, out at tight end and trying to get him on the field at receiver and trying to get him in different places because you see when he has the ball in open field, he travels really well. So they've been trying to get the ball in his hands, and I think by Brian having a tough time, it gave him an opportunity to get in there. I still think that, Brian's going to be the guy, but I think that we're still going to see that he'll improve through the year. But now you give yourself an opportunity to have two kids that can be on the field.
Well, it's nice to be able to change gears offensively. You have the traditional pocket passer, and then you have the dual threat capability of Tyler Selvig. And Tyler Selvig, the 19-yard run out, and a big block from Xavier Clay, springing him free at the end of that one.
Yeah. The great thing about, Brian clearly has a tremendous arm. I mean, he with a quarterback like that, you can do so many different things. You can throw a 10-yard out, and he can get that ball on the rope. But as you saw tonight, I think it is rusty, and he's throwing it in some different spots and not hitting the guys where he needs to hit them. And, when you get, Tyler's a hell of a quarterback too, and I think he can get it going himself if he has more confidence. I think he lacks the confidence in his arm, so that's where you see him take off and run. So I think he's got some maturing to do. But if he finds his groove, he's going to be a tough one.
He's had a lot of success when they roll him out of the pocket and able to look up the field. And you have these track athletes at wide receiver in Archibald Marks and Arias Collins.
Well, they definitely have the threat on the outside. When you have receivers like that and you have kids that can run the way that they run, you can do so many different things. And for him to have that's a huge bonus.
20 receptions combined 2 weeks ago at Santa Ana in the 55-52 loss. And right there, you see the lack of continuity at the quarterback position. A little miscommunication between Collins and Selvig. Incomplete 2nd and 15 coming up.
Yeah, I think his benefit, the bonus that he brings to it is his ability to run the ball. But as you said before, when you got a young quarterback and he doesn't have the confidence, putting him on the move is the best thing you can do. So when you roll him out, get him out there in space, he has space, he feels more comfortable. So those kind of throws are hard, and so he just has to find his groove. And once he does, it's going to be hard to stop.
Well, we've seen him shine in certain spots here tonight. Some room up the gut, and he's going to take it. Gets a block on the near side, up the field, past the 40-yard line. They'll mark him at the 40. Going to bring up 3rd and manageable here, 3rd and 8. We have a hurt player on the field for L.A. Harbor.
Well, I think now that they're starting to find their groove. They're starting not worried about the little things and all the chirping and all the different things that are going on. That's not necessary. And I think I think Coach Shuleka's done a good job getting the sideline down and making sure these guys understand this is a game. We got to get to the finish line, and we got to be focused. And if they can start eliminating some of those stupid mistakes that we all see, and it just frustrates us so much.
The last couple of years, penalties have for sure been a problem for the Marauders, but and there have been times tonight where they've been baited into a couple penalties, but I think on the whole, penalty-wise, the Marauders have been pretty good. In fact, I think turning the tide a little bit, especially in that last offensive drive, and this one included. Selvig over the middle has Collins in stride. Collins has had some shaky hands tonight. We saw him muff the punt that put the Seahawks in 1st and goal before the interception from Jalen Purdue, but Collins right there had the ball in stride, and I wonder if that's one where it looks like it's a skinny post there, Coach, and something where he maybe hears the pitter-patter of feet across the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think with him is being a young athlete and, muffing that punt and having some issues early, especially calling the timeout. I mean, I think he's got some jitters going on. And, if I was down there, I would make sure the next possession I'd throw him a quick hitch, just get his hands back and get his confidence back, because he's a kid that can catch a hitch and be gone to field.
Yeah, well, we talked about the dual threat, make it the triple threat. He has the punter and Tyler Selvig still on the field, but this is the part of the field where you might see a fake, and here we go. Selvig through the hole, has the first down, past the 30-yard line, and a new set of down for the Marauders.
Well, that's a different benefit you bring when you have your backup quarterback back there who can run, and they just said they're going to take it, and they did it, and it's just impressive.
Selvig reads it perfectly. That's a fake punt all the way, but Selvig with a good head of steam there to get past the window of blockers en route to the first down.
You can see him starting to gain his confidence, and with something like that, he can definitely, feel a little better about himself and start moving forward.
Selvig comes off of the field. Adams now in at QB. And I wonder if Selvig maybe came up a little hobbled after that last play. He's sitting down on the bench right now, maybe just trying to gather some breath here. But Adams now in the short shotgun, trips to the right, fake handoff. No, it'll go to Clay up the middle. And L.A. Harbor is starting to get eaten on the ground.
Well, they're spreading the field a little bit. They got trips out to the right, and they got a single receiver down here, and I think they're a little worried about the receiver down here, so they're not loaded up as much.
And now we have Xavier Clay on the field and favoring his left leg.
Oh, that'd be a definite, blow to the Marauder offense if he gets out of there. It looks pretty serious when you start seeing kids' heads going back and forth. That's a tough one.
We'll take a break in the actions. They tend to Xavier Clay on the field. A word from our sponsors.
H.W. Hunter's Ram of the West is the largest Ram truck center in America, built from the ground up to offer the best truck buying and service experience anywhere. Let one of our certified truck experts help you choose from hundreds of trucks in inventory, including upfit vans and work trucks. And we have an inventory as big as a wide open West. Shop H.W. Hunter's Ram of the West on 10th Street West in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Test drive a new Ram truck today during the Ram Power Days, going on now.
tending to Xavier Clay on the field. They brought out the cart, and obviously the situation not looking good. And Tom, you obviously root for the young man. You know, this is a kid where it was next man up. He was third on the depth chart. And obvious emotional frustration out there with the doctor and the training staff.
Well,
in Antelope Valley.
in junior college football, it happens all the time. You know, the kids struggle in academics, kids struggle in all different, walks of life. That's the great thing about junior college football. We have so many different mixes of kids from different backgrounds and eclectic mixes, where the number one running back this year just came up ineligible, and he hung to the side and waited for his turn, waited for his opportunity, and he had it. And he did the best with it, and it's unfortunate to see him get carted off, because typically when somebody's driven off, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's in pretty good pain right there.
It was after a 6-yard carry. So 2nd and 4 now. Selvig back in at QB, going to keep it himself, make a cut up the field. He'll have the first down, a little bit more. Near the 15-yard line, they'll spot him down at the 16 and move the change yet again. Tyler Selvig at the helm, and he is rolling.
Yeah, they just did a little RPO right there, and so basically he's reading that end, and he felt he could get inside of it or outside of it, and he pulled it and left.
Not everybody has that gear, but Selvig surely does. Trips to the right now for AVC. Arius Collins one-on-one at the bottom of your screen, paired up with Malik Alexander. Check that, Ryan Rosser. They're going to go to Arius. Arius on a quick out to the sideline inside the 10.
That would have been a play I would have called sooner, just to get his hands back. He's such a threat. And again, like I said before, a couple mistakes he had made him a little jumpy, but now he's got the confidence, especially down by the goal line. You want that kind of confidence in a kid like that who can make a difference.
Kind of like in basketball, when you see shooters, go for a little bit of a dry spell, they see one go in, and now, you can get him going.
Absolutely. And he's one you definitely need to get going.
Same formation. Selvig going to keep it himself. Up the middle, cut it back. Ball is out. 3rd fumble here tonight, but that one recovered. First man on it for AVC, Jordan Bruning. Jordani Bruning, excuse me, Coach.
Yeah, that's a dream as an offensive lineman to be able to get a ball like that.
Even never get a touch, scoop it up and into the end zone.
Yeah, you never get a chance to touch that ball. So when you're on the field and you see it, boy, you get down real quick. But you never see an old lineman try to pick it up and run. They just fall their big bodies on it and don't move real well. Oh, that's good.
Short shotgun again. Selvig after the fumble. 3rd and 1. Going to keep it himself. Nearly had first daylight, down. But he's going to have the first inside the 5-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. Will it be the 3 or the 2? There's a player down on the field for the Seahawks. That's Desmond Victor.
I think Coach Gordon, who's calling the offense this year, is realizing that when you get something out of a well and it's working well, keep going to it, and he's going to it. And I would do the same thing. Obviously, if you got something that's working, stick with it and until it doesn't work. So he's a tough kid. You don't see too many quarterbacks run and push their ways through there and do what he's doing now, and it shows a lot of his courage.
Well, the defense has had trouble adjusting to Selvig. Given his dual threat ability, they're having all types of problems in terms of what they're going to be assigned to. Is it a run? Is it a pass? Is it a run first, then a pass? And so I think really made the most of it.
Absolutely, and the strength of Harbor is definitely their defensive line. If you look at them, they are players. The thing with them is they're a very high penetration team, and when they get upfield, that opens those lanes, and that's perfect for your quarterback. And I think they're taking advantage of that.
Especially when he can cut the way he can. You see the athleticism on full display for Tyler. Devon Jones, Arius Collins at the bottom, 2x2 wide set. They put Jones in motion, and we're going to have a play clock violation, or did they call a? This is going to be a delay a game. Well, Coach, when you have that lack of continuity at quarterback, sometimes the play clock can get away from you. We see it right there. 1st and goal situation from the 3 to the 8. That's so crucial at this juncture of the ball game in the 4th quarter, 11:44 to go.
It is a killer, and you just gotta put just keep looking forward and put it behind you and do what you can. And I think this kid can work well with more room, so I wouldn't be that worried.
They send Jones in motion. Selvig over left tackle, one-on-one on the outside. Nice open field tackle made by Luke Sabra. Selvig back to the original line of scrimmage, I believe.
Well, and I think the concern now is that you've already lost your running back. Yeah. So when you're this close and when you're just close to the end zone and you have a new running back in, it's really tough to call his number who hasn't been running all night.
We've seen a little bit out of Jalen O'Neal. He's going to be the lead blocker here. Selvig in for 6, yes. And the touchdown from 4 yards out. Selvig, his second rushing TD tonight. The offense starting to click here for the Marauders. Their first lead of the night at 12-10.
Well, it's good to see these kids have some excitement. I mean, after that loss at Santa Ana in overtime, going into a bye week and having to go 2 weeks on a loss like that, it's tough, Yeah, and as you can see, the left tackle's cutting down to the inside 3 technique, and it holds that edge. And with the running back coming in there and giving that opportunity, he's able to sneak outside.
Yeah, and you double it up with O'Neal and his blocking assignment on that edge, and Selvig able to read it perfectly en route to 6 for AVC. Seaton up to attempt the extra point. That one up and good. 13-10, the Marauders with their first lead here tonight. You are watching SCFA Football Week 4 edition here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. To 10. The Marauders now with their first lead of the ball game in the fourth quarter. Under 11 to go. This one will go through the back of the end zone. Touchback. And who will come out offensively at quarterback for LA Harbor? Will it be Armani Jones-Saylor, or will it be Jacob Milhouse?
I think the big thing is with the AVC Marauders right now, you just got to hope your defense keeps that momentum that they went in with, the last possession and the turnover. And I think that if they can continue that, this can be a tremendous game for the Marauders.
Well, Coach, this is a defense that, they were going to show some pride here tonight. Coming off of a performance where they allowed 55 points en route to a loss in Week 2 versus Santa Ana. They wanted to come in and make a statement. No points for LA Harbor through the first half. Right now with a 13-10 lead and a couple of huge responses defensively. Anthony Maxwell brought down after a gain of 4.
Yeah, and that's a tough one to come off of because offensively, they left 21 points on the field in Santa Ana. It could have easily been 79-50. Yeah. Just too many mistakes, but the defense didn't play as bad as the score indicates.
Yeah. Backwards pass. This is a fumble, and this is on the deck, and AVC with it. This one squirts away. You talk about a lineman's dream scenario. This is Kalai Clark in for 6. The Marauders extend on a 3-point lead.
Well, see there, that's the difference between a D lineman and an O lineman. The O lineman would have fallen on the ball, and the D lineman wants to get up and run with the ball, and a tremendous play.
Kalai Clark had been incredible leading up to that play, and he'll add to that gaudy point total on the evening. A fumble return 6.
Well, I think you see the running back here. It's
Coach,
just a regular
is this
swing.
just a handoff? Yeah, I think
no, it's just a regular
Clark
swing.
Just takes it away. Give it to me, I'm going.
Yeah, and he's gone.
And he got a stiff arm there. I mean, Kalai Clark, he is making a case for Defensive Player of the Week.
Well, that's one of those. You see it in major college. You see it in the NFL. When that backward pass goes, too many people think it's an incomplete pass, and they stop. And you see it every week. And for a kid, for a D lineman getting a chance to get his hands on the ball and run, what a great way to end up for him.
Play of the game thus far goes to Kalai Clark. Field goal up and good, 20-10. Now a 2-possession game in favor of the Marauders. Let's see the play yet again. The replay of Kalai Clark fumble 6 on a backwards pass that was
Yeah, Kalaya was just lined up in a 3
Mishandled.
technique, and then he gets cut and he puts his hand down and he just rolls out and finds the ball.
Finds a stiff arm.
And watch him put it away. He tucks it away right there. That's impressive.
Well, Coach, it was a couple of years ago. We were covering College of the Canyons, and they had a goal line package with Dorian Gerald, I believe. Went to, I think it was SEC bound. Might we see Kalaya Clark in a refrigerator-type goal line package at some point during the season here?
Yeah, after a run like that, you never know. As a coach, when you're watching film on Sunday, it's always one of those things where you think to yourself, maybe I can get that guy in offense, and then all of a sudden you put him in and he fumbles the first one in practice, and then you tend to go away from it. So,
a chance for LA Harbor now to respond, but now down by 2 possessions. There's been tough sledding offensively in this one, and we have some extracurricular on the far side, and I have to believe that we're probably going to see some laundry flying up in the air shortly. Game's been chippy throughout, Coach. And
well, it's sad because, exactly the same thing happened last year. We were at LA Harbor, and their head coach, Dean Dowdy's a good friend of mine, and, he just couldn't believe what happened last year, and I was hoping today wouldn't be the same, but I don't know if these 2 teams just get together and that's what happens. We need to be disciplined, and we shouldn't be involved in those types of things, and especially when you have something on the sideline. That's where you get up and just run away. It's just not necessary.
Coach, you know what I like here, though? No flag.
Absolutely.
I think that was definitely
Absolutely.
a two-way street.
Yep.
In terms of aggression, and there's going to be offsetting penalties anyway, but
Sure.
both teams doing a great job, especially that sideline on LA Harbor, to really kind of put out that fire after.
Well, you've got to know if you know Dean Dowdy over there, he does a great job, and he's also the AD and he's the head football coach. He does double duty. Dean's a class act, and his kids. He always wants his kids doing the right thing. He was at Desert for many years, had some tremendous teams over at Desert, and he's kind of brought that same mentality. So it's good to see. It's good to see that. That was really nice to see on the sideline how his staff took care of it and dealt with it. That's a positive part of junior college football.
Well, we were looking for a score update from the RCC Long Beach game. Talk about LA Harbor, and I believe Brett Peabody was there his 3 seasons as the head coach at LA Harbor before making his way over to Long Beach City. And last time we checked, it was the Vikings with a 4-point lead on top of Riverside at Wheelock Stadium.
Oh, well, that'd be a heck of an upset.
Really
Riverside, in my opinion, there are two teams in Southern California. I think it's their year. That's Saddleback and Riverside.
And they play in the same conference,
Yeah,
Coach.
they do.
And right now,
They
Long
do.
Beach with a 4-point lead, 28-24, 6:25 remaining in the 4th.
Oh, wow. Well, if anybody can pull the offense back, it's Tom Kraft. So I think that'd be a fun one to be watching right now.
Well, Coach, it's funny you say that because we have that capability. Let's see if we can maybe go picture-in-picture later on in this broadcast towards the end if this one starts to get away. 9:56 remaining in this one. AVC has opened up a 10-point lead, courtesy of Kalaya Clark rumbling in on a fumble 6.
Yeah, I think there's a few coaches in the California Community College Football Coach Association who are just classy people, and Tom Kraft's definitely one of those. He's been in it for a long time. He's done a lot for our association and what he's able to do.
Well, Coach, you talked about teams where it might be their year, and Saddleback and Riverside definitely really stand out amongst most. But right now, Saddleback having a tough time with Moore contact down the field. This one going to be PI. This one likely going to go against Jalen Cochran. He was covering on Ziante King. Let's see if we can catch the tail end of this one. Millhouse lets loose down the field, up the seam. And we see contact before the ball gets there, and that's a good call. And Cochran gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Well, that's just the last thing you need, in something like this to hurt your momentum. But I think they're doing well. They're still on the other side of the 50, so better to give that up than give a touchdown up.
Exactly right there, Coach. And Coach, how about this? Victor Valley on top of 14-3. We were mentioning earlier, as that run will go ahead for 3 yards. We were mentioning earlier, these are 2 teams in Antelope Valley and Santa Ana that put up a combined 107 points 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
At halftime, both games a combined 3 points.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Well, so what's the score in the Victor Valley game?
Victor Valley game 14-3.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, Victor Valley had a huge shakeup. You know, the week before the season, their head coach was put on leave, and now they have a whole different staff over there. So it's good to see that they're able to piece it together and get things going for those kids, because when something like that happens, the biggest losers are the kids in the program.
Exactly
and so if they can keep it going, that's wonderful.
Millhouse throws near side. That pass incomplete. Flag on the field. This is in the area of a hold. Well, you have Franklin, who's applauding the flag, it looks like, and I wonder if this is going to be illegal contact up the field. Ineligible man downfield, Coach?
That's what they called. It must have been an offensive lineman down the field or somebody passed. I didn't see it, but that's typically what happens. An offensive lineman gets it going the wrong direction. He gets upfield and they call it on him.
Powers in Southern California struggling here tonight. We talked about the struggles of Saddleback versus Moore Park. Get to that score in a moment. They're in the fourth. Saddleback only with a 9-point lead. They're at home at Mission Viejo High School. Ventura, who was absolutely blasted in week 2 by Saddleback, they're struggling on the road at Palomar. Only ahead by 7. They're in the fourth, 45-38. They had opened up what was a 2-touchdown lead, and Palomar roaring back here.
You know, Joe Early down there at Palomar does such a good job. He's been there for such a long time, an assistant coach for Tom Kraft. When Tom was down there at Palomar, he's taken over, and I think Joe's one of the secret gems of Southern California. You know, he's such a smart guy, and he just been struggling recruiting-wise, I think, but coaching-wise, he's one of the best there is. And I think the parity in Southern California football and even Northern California junior college football is tremendous now. You know, you start seeing teams that are doing better. You know, gosh, Laney and Ventura last year, it's amazing. And now, you know, Laney won it last year, and now they're 0-3. You know, this year. So it's a struggle.
Well, you get the JUCO football, the 50% turnover, and you know, it's you have to work with a lack of continuity, and you know, some programs do it better than others.
Yeah, well, you see, you know, you'd see it back in the day in the late 90s and early 2000s. San Francisco City College beating everybody up, Mount Sac beating everybody up, and you don't see that anymore. I think the parity, and I think what happens with all the different changes going on, kids are going to different places, and you're starting to see more. You're starting to see more competition, and I think it's a great thing for community college football as a whole.
Well, Coach, I know Arizona did away with a lot of their community college football. Was it all of it in the state of Arizona, the JUCO football?
The Maricopa County is the ones that Maricopa Community College District are the ones that cut all their programs, and I want to say they had 4 programs, and then so what happened was it left the other programs without places to play in Arizona, so the other 2 left. I think there's 1 left in Arizona that plays, but it's a sad deal because football for them was a great thing, and there are a lot of kids that played football out there. The problem is on the board, on the Maricopa board, they lost any semblance of anybody with athletic experience or anything, so that's what happens, and they just thought, let's cut football.
John Robinson is going to get whistled for a personal foul penalty after the play, after the whistle is clearly blown. Brings down the ball carrier, Maxwell.
Yeah, this
is on 15 more, so the Marauders shooting themselves in the foot here. 6:44 to go in this one. AVC with a 2-score lead at 20-10, but LA Harbor driving.
This is the time when when after this possession, you get everybody together, you get the team together, and say, listen, we're in control of this game. Let's not be stupid. Let's keep our composure, and let's win this game and get out of here, you know.
See if the defense can respond with a big play here. They've done so time and time again here this evening. Millhouse in the shotgun. He's got Jonas Loyens. Handoff.
Great play.
Guess who? Kalai Clark. And, Coach, he is having himself a night.
He sure is. And when you can say you've had a couple sacks and you had a touchdown, that's something for the ages there. That's something to call home and tell your parents about.
He didn't even recover the football, Coach. He stole it away from one of his own players, stiff-armed somebody en route to 6.
Well, that's your defensive lineman for you. They always take stuff from people. Old lineman eating lunch, and the D lineman comes up and tries to take it. That's just typical of those guys.
Loyens now to the right of Millhouse in the shotgun. 2 up top, 1 at the bottom. Ziante King has been the man on a mission in this drive. Millhouse looking over the middle of the field, and that one incomplete. Intended for first half favorite Dante Franklin. Franklin going to be the recipient of a hospital ball had he caught that one.
Well, and I think it's a great play by the safety there to pull up. He had every opportunity to level a blow, and he didn't. He chose to pull up, which is smart football.
And that's a play, Coach, that extends it a couple more drives. That would have been first down. Instead, now it's incomplete, third and long situation for LA Harbor up against it, and their kicking game has been a little suspect, so this could be 4-down territory.
Well, their kicker's got a leg, boy. That ball comes off quick, and he just hasn't found the right direction. But
flag into double coverage. Ziante King going one way. He was held up by Jalen Purdue alongside Purdue and Augustin Lorfils. And let's see if we can see it on replay here. King gets tangled with Purdue. Flag comes out, and this can be PI.
Well, you see when the receiver goes over the top of him, you see how he put his hand on the back and the shoulder, and you can't do that. You can't grab somebody from the top of the shoulder, and I'm sure he was just trying to get by him, but that's still going to show, and that gives him that first down.
Jeff starting off our director tonight, and Jeff, can you play that back one more time? I want to see if you can maybe make a case. Is this ball even catchable? Cut to one here. Give me 100%. Where's the ball at? Coach, that's not a catchable ball.
That's correct. That's a rule that has to be a catchable ball for it to be a penalty.
And that for sure now was the ruling made, and here comes the blitz off the edge, and Millhouse is going to be gobbled up by the shoestrings, Jacob Flores.
Yeah, I don't think, to tell you the truth, the field judge who called that, I don't think he even saw where the ball was. Yeah. He just saw the hand on the back and maybe tug him a little bit, and then that's where he got rid of it.
And I'm sure the AVC coaching staff in the ear of an official on the sideline say, hey, that's not a catchable ball, but usually not going to – I mean, rarely do you see the Zebras come together and make the change on that type of call.
Absolutely not. And one of the things that they've done here in junior college football in the last few years is they switch them. So they're on one side on one half of the game, and then the officials switch sides, and they're on the other half on the other side of the game. And that's because – when you're in a guy's ear the whole time and you're in his ear the whole time, it gets tiresome. And sometimes, you've seen coaches get those calls. Yep. And so they switch them at half, and now you can't keep berating guys or getting on them, and because they're human. If they hear something all the time, I've seen them call it.
Kawan Casey receives that pass short of the first down, 3rd and 3. The Seahawks need the 10-yard line to extend this drive. Millhouse in the shotgun. They spread them out. They get pressure up the middle yet again. Clyde Clark not on the field right now. 3 on the play clock. Millhouse gets it off. 1-on-1 jump ball, and this one incomplete. Purdue in coverage. Again, Casey, the intended receiver. Flag on the field.
I didn't see what that was. Is that behind?
Roughing the passer against AVC. 1st and goal now for the Seahawks. 5:19 to go.
They're trying to get the right package out there, the right personnel group.
Yeah. RCC now with a 31-28 lead on top of Long Beach. They're in the 4th, 19 seconds to go. Long Beach with the ball. Meanwhile, Millhouse going to be taken out of bounds. Was that Flores again? No. That was Harrison Starling. Starling with a sack earlier in this one.
Yeah, it looks like he was rolling out and he was trying to find a receiver in the back of the end zone. It didn't look like it was designed run. There was nothing there for him, so he took off and he just ran out of field there. If you saw where he was, he probably could have gone around the corner on a wider field.
Seen a couple of coverage sacks here tonight, and a terrific job by the secondary. When the play breaks down, secondary doing a good job of really clamping down on the receivers on a broken play. It's like an offset eye here, Coach. Millhouse showing a power package. Early movement, I want to say, going to go against Hurt. Hurt Jr. looked like there was some movement there.
Well, defensively, the Marauders have improved over the last couple of years. Last year, I think they were ranked number 12 in the state. They did a tremendous job defensively. And this year, obviously, with the exception of last week's game or 2 weeks ago over Santa Ana, Coach Ed Eaton, the D coordinator, he's come in. I had a chance to work with him up north in Northern California. He's one of the top defense coordinators in Northern California. Actually, was with the defensive coordinator on the Sierra team, who has the national, I think, longest winning streak record of 37 games in a row.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. And so he's done a tremendous job revamping some of the things that you do, and he's very active, and he adjusts a lot. So I think he's brought some stability to this, which is great.
Second and goal from the 10. Millhouse looking on the out pattern for Franklin. That pass incomplete, well off the mark. It looked like there was some pressure from Deontay Knott made a terrific open field tackle on Franklin earlier on this one, diagnosing the second reverse call that was called for Franklin for a big loss earlier in the game. Knott garnering some pressure on the QB and Millhouse on that play, forcing the errant throw. Third and goal from the 10 now for the Seahawks. 4:29 to go. Harbor looking for their first win on the season. Millhouse throws the jump ball, and this is going to be incomplete. This should be offensive pass interference.
I would say so. I don't think – he called against the
PI
defense.
against Jalen Purdue, second time on this drive. See if we can get this one again.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one again. I think they're talking here. They may call it off.
Yeah,
it wasn't on him. He had a good position. He went to turn around, and he started tripping and falling. He caught himself.
And I think we're seeing from the near side judge pass interference on the offense. So that's a great job by the referees getting together. And we just talked about it. Hey, let's get it right. You get somebody with the right call, and sometimes you just see this. You'll see the anticipation call.
Yeah.
You'll see contact. Maybe you catch it out of the corner of the eye of the official. They're automatically going to rule against the defense. You have an official right there. They make the correct play. You're going to back them up even further. Now this is going to be a tough. If you don't gain any yardage on this play here, Coach, you're backed up to the 25-yard line.
Well, it was really good to see him change it and basically prove me wrong. And it's the story of my life where I say, no, they never changed that call. And next thing you know, they changed the call.
Danielle told me sometimes she can clue in our audio. Maybe it went out on the speakers. Who knows?
It could have been. It could have been.
Shotgun formation. Millhouse looking for it all. And they're going to be incomplete, intended for King again.
Looks like it might have been a mix-up on the route. Looks like the receiver was pulling up, and then the quarterback threw it deep to the deep fade. So that's a tough one there. When you get that far back, it's hard to make a call for that. And sometimes you just get it thrown up and go for a jump ball. Or the way it's been going is try to get another PI. Doing well there.
Well, we know that Axel Perez has the leg, but the direction has been an issue tonight.
Mm-hmm. Well, young kid, that ball comes off his foot like a golf ball off a quick driver. I mean, he really gets behind it. Just hasn't found his groove yet.
Hasn't found the fairway yet.
Yep, has not.
And we have early movement, Coach.
Looks
like
like
it's going to be encroachment.
Well, I see the offense walking back, so they don't look real optimistic there.
That's a pretty good first sign indicator.
That's right. And again, as a UCO lineman, they try to conserve energy as much as possible, so they tend to go with the wind as they can.
Back it up to the 30-yard line now. 47-yard attempt for Axel Perez and the Seahawks trying to make this a one-possession ball game. 4:14 remaining in the fourth quarter. Antelope Valley up by 10. Snap is off. Kick is up. It's got the leg. Doesn't have the direction. It remains a two-score game.
Missed the fairway again.
Looks like he hooked it.
He sure did. Put a little fade in golf. We call that a draw because we don't want to say a hook. So, but no, I'm impressed with the kid as a kicker. I mean, you don't see a young kid like that with that kind of strength in the leg and the ball coming off so fast, and he just has not been able to find the direction of it. But I think he's got a future if he can get some time in.
Well, and we saw Xavier Clay go out. Tyler Selvig now in at QB, and you want to get the run game going. You just want to wither this clock away. 4:08 remaining, couple first downs, and you're going to go to 2-1 on the season.
Well, I think L.A. Harbor realizes that as well. That's why they got 9 guys in the box and they're sitting in your face. So it's a tough time when everybody knows you're trying to run the clock out, and it's hard to run against. When you've got 6 hats in the box and they got 9 hats in the box. That's a tough job.
Been an overzealous defensive front here for L.A. Harbor. I wonder if Selvig has the savviness here to maybe utilize a hard count and maybe draw a defender offside.
Yeah, and that's a great opportunity for it. But a lot of times when you haven't done it all game, you're going to draw yourself offsides. Yeah. It's a tough call. You see that utilized in major college football in the NFL, but gosh darn it, time is so limited in junior college to be able to do that. It's tough.
Play clock at 5. Selvig hands off to O'Neal again. O'Neal keeps him churning up ahead to the 37-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Marauders, coming up on the 3-minute mark in the 4th.
This is where you just need to keep your head in the game and just keep chugging away with it and let that clock roll as long as you can. Snap it when there's 1 second left and try to milk it as long as you can. You're up by 2. You're up by 2 scores, so you're a little comfortable, I'd like to say, but you got to keep moving forward.
Yeah. Well, Coach, you at Santa Barbara next week. They had a pretty good showing before Canyons blew it open last week in week 3. So could be a tough task for the Marauders a week from today.
Santa Barbara always puts a tough team out there. I think they struggle with numbers because it's a hard place to recruit. Such a high income area, and it's like other schools where you can bring kids in from out of the area. Right. They rely heavily on what they have there because no kid can come in and afford to live in Santa Barbara. But they've got tough kids over there. So anytime we played them, it's always a tough game. And Coach has been there a while, and I think he does a great job with those kids, getting them focused and getting them ready to play.
Champions of the American Division. Next time we are here, Alan Hancock. That'll be on October 12th. Join us here live from Marauder Stadium. Next week, you guys are at Santa Barbara. We will be at L.A. Pierce and also at Ventura. This one likely in the bag here, barring some type of miracle. Now, we've seen crazier things at the JUCO level, that's for sure. But Coach, I want to pencil this one in as a win. Of course, we're always rooting for you.
Yeah. Well, I always tell people it's not over till it's over, and don't celebrate and win with class and lose with class. But I was the kind of coach on the sideline as I never ever got comfortable until that last whistle sounded and we were able to get off the field or even call victory formation. Once you're in victory formation, you feel comfortable. And but they're still punting here, and a run back here and then a quick set. I mean, they've got every opportunity to win this game. And
we saw a fake punt earlier in this one. Probably not going to see one here, but you never know. Selvig certainly with the wheels. If he has the space, he'll go. He kicks this one away. It's a good kick. This one going to trickle into the end zone. And Coach, we haven't seen that. There's a flag on the field at the end of the play, and who's this going to go against?
Well, that could be anybody. They got some extracurricular stuff going on all night, and
well, Coach, they're going to get Jason Haywood.
I don't think the official knows what side it is. He's just pointed 3 different directions. So
he's pointing to Bakersfield. I think he just pointed at the
exactly. As long as he's not pointing at me, I'm happy.
2:17 to go.
That's the worst thing as a coach is getting one of those flags on you.
So you can tack on 15 from the 20. Now, Coach, when it's a touchback, I thought it was at the 25. Is that not correct?
That's correct.
So it should be at the 40, no?
Well, I think they
personal foul, 15 yards?
Oh, it could have been, yeah.
Because they marked it off from the 20. I mean, I'm no accountant, but, my math.
Yeah.
It was a touchback, and they marked it from the 20. Is that right?
Did they call personal foul? Was it 15 yards?
15 yards. Unsportsmanlike is 10. Is that correct?
Could be, yeah. Actually, unsportsmanlike is 15, isn't it? Yeah. I thought they were both the same.
Well, maybe some things to discuss later on. Meanwhile, 2:17 to go. The Seahawks with the ball. Millhouse at the helm for L.A. Harbor. And with some work to do, 2 timeouts remaining in the 4th. Play clock at 0. Delay of game.
That's frustrating. That's frustrating as a coach.
As a coach, what's
is.
going through your head right there?
Well, you're trying to get the right call in there, and you're trying to get the things going on, and then all of a sudden you look up and you got a short clock, and you scramble. You want to save the timeouts, and you don't want to waste it.
Early movement there, it looked like, from the Seahawks. Millhouse going to keep it. This can be a broken play. And Kalai Clark, yet again, another sack. This is going to be a punch thrown and a bait. Well, Coach, this looks like it's going to go against Brandon Goodman. And Goodman just threw a punch, and he's likely ejected.
Oh, that's disappointing. Again, these kids need to understand that it's just not acceptable. It's not tolerated.
Are they trying to figure out – Story, do we have a replay of that? Yeah, you see Goodman at the end there. Well, L.A. Harbor had been in bait mode pretty much all evening.
Well, it's just one of those things that shouldn't happen. You know, the game's over. You know, I always told our kids, you've got $1,000 worth of equipment. I don't care what somebody does to you. There's no reason to punch anybody or get involved in that kind of skirmish. And that just does nothing but hurt you. And now, you know, if he is ejected, then he can't play next week.
Yeah. Well, I've heard Goodman's name called a couple times this evening, so. Well, the man here tonight has been Kalai Clark.
Sure.
Coach, I want to say 4 sacks here tonight. He's been a nightmare up front. Coming from the backside now, and look at this. Kalai Clark with a near INT. He
is all over the field.
Look at that.
All over the field. Well, we've come to realize that Kalai can steal something from a running back, but he sure can't catch that.
He certainly has a nose for the football, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, look at the instincts here, Coach. Kalai gets chipped on and then realizes the play's probably going to come back.
Yeah. Well, he had a stunt going on there where the outside end came inside and he was supposed to wheel around the outside. And I think once he got there, he realized that the ball was coming his way. Again, as I said before about Coach Eaton, brings pressure from all different ways. I remember coaching against him, in week 8 one year, and I thought I had all his blitzes down and all his things down. I come out and he had a whole different package against me. So he's very creative in what he does with those kids. And you see Kalai in a big 3 technique on the inside, rolling around to the outside. His benefit is he didn't get around there as quick, and he was able to catch that, get his hands on that ball.
Not only that, have the instincts to realize and the awareness to get there. And obviously he's had a great game. But, you look at his size, that's a young man. That's the future.
Absolutely. Yeah, the thing is that's what you see in junior college football, especially community college football. You see kids that have the ability. You see kids that have the body, the structure. There's just something lacking. Some of them have a hard time in the classroom. Some of them need to work out a little more. Some of them need to get football smart. But you've seen some tremendous players go into major college football and making a huge impact in the NFL from the junior college ranks, especially the California junior college ranks.
Aaron Rodgers, a Butte product.
Absolutely.
I believe Kyle Long of the Bears from Saddleback College.
I always say one of the best ones there was Larry Allen with the Dallas Cowboys. Came out of Butte College, and he was a monster.
The story for as we see Millhouse go to work, and he's going to have to throw it up for grabs, and this is a jump ball. And this likely will seal it up. This is Enzo Fantao Barker with the cherry on top. Barker reads this one perfectly.
Well, it's wonderful to see this young man get something positive. He was the one that got a penalty at the end of the Santa Ana game on the pick to the touchdown that got called back, and to see him get that at the end of the game, it's neat because he's a hard-working kid, very dedicated.
Redemption after the bye week for Fantao Barker. And AVC likely going to improve their record here in 2019 to 2-1, 20-10. And might we see the victory formation here, Coach?
Well, that's what I always said is, when you can call victory, that's when you feel comfortable. and you don't practice that much, but boy, when you see it come on the field, it's a good feeling.
They got 2 timeouts, does LA Harbor, so I think they can stop it a couple of times here. Probably going to see a couple runs. Selvig will hand off. Man who gets the call is Morris Moore. Coach, talk to me a little bit about your coaching career.
You know, I was fortunate enough after I got done playing at Cal State Fullerton down in Southern California, played for Gene Murphy, tremendous football coach, and he's a legend around the community college ranks. After he left Cal State Fullerton, when they dropped the program in 1994, Gene went over to Fullerton College, and he was the start, of that dynasty because one of the guys that I played with at Fullerton, Tim Burns, was the head coach there, and he was Gene's assistant for years and years and had a lot of ties, so they had that rolling. I was a graduate assistant there, had an opportunity to coach for a couple of years at Fullerton, and we lost our jobs in 91, 92 because they dropped the program, and then they brought it back, and I didn't think Division I football was where I wanted to be because guys getting fired, and Coach Murph said, hey, if you're going to be in Division I football, you're going to get fired a lot. And at that time, I had a wife and a couple kids, and I said, I don't think this is where I want to be. And he told me the junior college ranks are good because there's security in what you do, and you don't see guys fired all the time, and so that's where I kind of made my living. I got up and had an opportunity to coach at Modesto Junior College, so I coached there for a number of years from 1997 2002. Then I had the opportunity to take over at Mendocino College. I was a head football coach up there from 2003 to 2011. We had some great success. We found some championships along the way. We won a championship in 5, 7, and 9. So what does that tell you? We had sophomores in 5, 7, and 9. So I always say this: there's that victory formation I was telling you about. But
victory formation, 000 on the board. AVC now 2-1 in 2019.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate to see what's going on here now with all this chirping and stuff. These kids need to get off the field, and coaches need to get out there and get them going. And you see Coach Gordon out there; he's out there getting them going. That's a good thing. But no, I had a wonderful opportunity to be up at Mendocino College in the North Coast, and that was real exciting. And I was the athletic director and head football coach up there. And anybody that's done both of them, you realize that it's a tiring deal, real tiring deal when you're doing everything. And so I decided to take the dean athletic director job at Sierra College, and from there had the opportunity to come down here. So very fortunate and blessed to be here.
Coach, we appreciate your time here today. Tom Gang, athletic director here at Antelope Valley College, and we'll see him in a couple weeks when we're back here for the big matchup versus Allen Hancock. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Tonight. Step away for a moment. We'll keep the highlights rolling here and come back and put a bow on it. Back in a moment.
H.W. Hunter's Ram of the West is the largest Ram truck center in America, built from the ground up to offer the best truck buying and service experience anywhere. Let one of our certified truck experts help you choose from hundreds of trucks in inventory, including upfit vans and work trucks. And we have an inventory as big as a wide open West. Shop H.W. Hunter's Ram of the West on 10th Street West in the Lancaster Auto Mall or ramofthewest.com.
Test drive a new Ram truck today during the Ram Power Days, going on now.
It's a final here from Lancaster, 20-10. Antelope Valley with a win over L.A. Harbor. Player of the game, in emphatic fashion, Kalai Clark, multi-sack night, had a fumble returned 4-6, and just an outstanding performance by the freshman defensive lineman from Charleston, West Virginia. That'll do it for our coverage here from Lancaster. Join us next week at L.A. Pierce, at Ventura. It'll be College of the Desert and Fullerton, respectively, as opponents. For Tom Gang, athletic director here at Antelope Valley College, Jeff Stoynoff, the entire crew here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week.